Welcome, everybody, to the Patent Pending More on Monday. It is a brand new season 11. It is important that we move on from things, but do keep in mind that although it was a very intense week yesterday, we learned or last week, I should say, we learned a lot, and we get to move on to some other trivia, but the people that were affected by that trivia last week do not. So we're doing this just to keep things lively, because I'm sure we're going to have to go back to that again at some point in time. But keep on learning. Keep on doing what we did last week. That is important. So it looks like first people are already in. Shaggy gets the first point. Emily just behind him. And then he says hi, not first. Damn it. This is actually becoming a very good race that's happening here.
Yeah.
That
was a good rule you came up with.
The competition for getting the first point. All right, so everyone, as you know, you can get a point for being the first person to say the word first in the chat. To do that, you'll probably want to subscribe and follow this show, and you'll want to turn on your notifications. There's bells and things that you hit to make that happen, so make sure that you do that. Another way that you can get a point is if you go to Facebook, where we are streaming along. We're streaming with their YouTube and Twitch as well. But if you go up to Facebook and you click into the show and you ignore the fact that I'm talking, and at the top there or off to the left, one of the two, you can share the show. And you do that by going there and you hit share now public. Craig just did it. I just did it as well. So you'll see an alert pop up for me as well. Emily as well did it. Everyone's doing it at once. This is very cool.
All the cool kids are doing it.
Yeah, all the cool kids are doing it. You do have to share it publicly for that to come up. So keep that in mind. You can do it in a group. You can do it to a friend on their Facebook feed. You can do it on your profile. But you can't do it to a person in a message. That doesn't get you a point. Because we can't see it. So there's no way for us to judge it or anything like that. And so I just wanted to put that out there. And then, so a few of those important rules to go through. But you do get points at the end. We'll give you points for those shares. We appreciate you kind of growing the show along with us. That's pretty awesome. And then if you're over on Twitch and you host the show, let us know. We'll get you a point for that as well. Otherwise, you get points the way you would expect to get points for a trivia show. We'll give you 60 seconds to answer a question. You'll answer that question in the chat. And if you get it in the time allotted, you get a point. And if you're the first person to get it, you get 2 points. We also have a thing called a Karen, which is if you believe that no one else is going to get it correct, you can throw a Karen into the chat. That's Karen with an I. If nobody gets it correct, you get a point, even though you didn't know what the answer was. But if somebody else does get it correct, then you lose a point. So it's a gamble. Think of that. So yeah, there we go. Shaggy has started hosting. That's good. Thank you so much for doing that over on Twitch. So we'll wrap back around and get you your sharing points for that. On Facebook, if you want to share it with somebody specific, instead of hitting the share button and doing it as a private message, make sure to @sign them in the chat. Let them know that we're doing some trivia that way, and that's going to be way more helpful. It looks like Smiles and Ian and Jenny and Heather are all here. Shaggy, as I said, is there. Septic has joined us. Craig is here. Melissa, Steam has joined us after a long time away. You've been off working and doing adult things. And Emily, Danny, and everyone else also in the house. We're up to 15 already, which means we don't have to wait a single moment any longer. We can start with question number 1.
Oh, shit.
What?
Hang on.
You don't know where question number 1 is?
There we go.
Okay.
Which one of these cities can be found on the Rhine River? Stuttgart, Cologne, or Frankfurt?
This is a very easy question because it's Monday. We're doing our More on Monday. This is where you get a pretty good likelihood of getting things correct. And this is a multiple choice question. So everybody has a shot at this one. You've got a 33% chance of getting this right. So starting off easy, 60 seconds are on the clock. All you have to do is guess one of those 3 because One of them is correct. Maybe all three are correct. Maybe Caitlin's going real easy on you on Monday. Is that possible?
No.
No. Nope, never mind. Why did I even mention that? Are two correct?
I'm a heartless, cruel person. I would never be that nice.
Well, all right, that's fair. Let's see. Shaggy says he took a boat ride on it, which means that there's a chance that Septic's going to take a boat ride on his answer. Right? All right, 20 seconds left. Lots of good answers coming in.
Oh, you have a 33% chance. Calm down, Craig.
Yeah, you could. There are literally questions later in the week that you will have a 0% chance of getting correct. This one you have a 33% chance, and that includes the 0.3 repeating after it. Right?
Yeah.
It goes on
3
forever. Your chances go on forever. Time's up. Let's go to the chat, and then you put the line on top of it. What's that line called? Do you know? You're a math person.
Array.
Is it called is it called array?
Array has one end point, and then it goes on forever. In the
No.
other direction.
So it goes like dot. You do like decimal point 33333
just-
line.
That's an infinite number.
But what is the line called? What is the
I don't
infinite line? What?
No idea.
That's math. That's your like
It's a
wheelhouse.
Stupid repeating bar.
It's the Echo Bar. All right, so time's up over on Facebook as well. Let's take a look. Frankfurt says Karen first with that answer. Shaggy says it's Cologne. He's the first one with that answer. And then it looks like nobody took what was the third option? I totally forgot. Frankfurt.
No, somebody said Frankfurt.
No,
nobody had
Frankfurt's there.
Stuttgart.
Nobody took Stuttgart at all. Nobody liked Stuttgart. So there we go. Those are all of them. For some reason, yeah, nobody liked Stuttgart at all.
Emily also doesn't know what that's called, so suck on that, center.
Well, hey, I'm just saying that's a, you know what? We're going to have a trivia question sometime later where we talk about the bar.
Oh,
What?
now I know.
Ian says it's the Vinculum.
Yep, now Ian knows.
Mm-hmm. See, it had to have a name.
The vinculum.
Yeah. There you go. Sometimes life just needs a vinculum.
Vinculum.
Let's just say that over and over again.
Vinculum.
Vinculum. All right. So was it Frankfurt or was it Cologne?
Cologne.
Cologne. 2 points to Shaggy.
Köln in German.
Cologne.
Köln. It's K-O with an umlaut. L-N. Köln.
Septic, Emily, Danny, Jenny, Craig, Steam, Melissa, and Smiles all got points on that.
Ian, I think that will be my word of the day tomorrow. Vinculum.
Yeah. Shaggy gets a second point because he saw naked people bathing on the Rhine.
No.
That's what it says. He has a second point. I assume it's because of that.
No, that's not why.
No? Oh, weird. Okay. Question number 2.
Question number 2. Provide the Latin translation for out of many, one.
All right. Out of many, one. 60 seconds on the clock. Out of many, one. I believe that is.
Kölsch is a beer.
I know that the Latin for alien is the word for out of chest cavity one. But that, I don't know out of many one. What?
I'm staring at some of our answers.
Okay. Yes, they've got lots of them. Septic's come in with a Karen very quickly. Shaggy has done a Karen in German, it looks like.
That's a beer.
Klosch.
Kölsch.
Klosch.
Kölsch. Yep, you got it.
Nailed it. I also don't know what it's called. Yeah, we got it. Too late. I got it, says Ian. He beat you. All right. So 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. To the chat we go because time is up. A lot of plurbuses or plums, or e plurus or plunks.
There's some auto-correcting up in there.
And a lot of people got unum as the end.
Unum.
Huh?
Unum.
Yeah. That seems to be pretty consistent. Most of it unum, which is weird because I always thought of it as el pluribus uno.
Septic's Latin is lies.
Latin is lies.
Craig says it's on our money, right?
Yeah. And for some reason I thought it was a pluribus uno for some reason. And so it's weird that I thought that I was off on that one. But it must have been unum. And I just thought it was uno. All right, so we've got e pluribus unum, e plums unum, pluribus unum, e pluribus unum, e plunks unum, e pluribus unum, e pluribus unum, e pluribus unum, e pluribus unum. So lots of very similar answers, all spelled very different ways. Some of them completely different words. Steam, I feel like, tried 3 times to get it right. No, there's 2. There's definitely e plunks unum and then e
Plums.
pluribus.
Pluribus unum.
Yeah. And then Ian said Avada Kedavra.
Avada Kedavra. That's the spell where you kill someone in Harry Potter.
Oh, is that what that is? Okay.
Yeah, green light comes out of your wand and the person dies.
Emily says managed to do that without too many autocorrects. And Shaggy says cloche is the dialect spoken in Cologne.
It's also a beer.
And a beer, apparently. All right, so what is the correct answer?
E pluribus unum.
Unum. All right.
And all of its typo-loving friends.
And all of its type of lover and friends. First person that got that was Karen. Septic, though, loses a point
Septic.
because he Karened on that, and Karen unkarened him. All right, so I've always wondered, is Avada Kedavra supposed to sound so close to abracadabra?
Probably.
Yeah, maybe. That could be. Shaggy says, yeah, autocorrect got me. I think she's giving points to everyone who was even slightly close. It is more on Monday, so everybody gets points if they're even remarkably near the answer.
I had an exciting day today, people.
Yeah, why is that?
Today I ate carrots.
Carrots are lovely, and they had butter and honey on them. It was really quite good.
Garlic.
And garlic. All right, question number 3.
Question number 3. Who is Alexander the Great's tutor?
And what did Caitlin eat for dinner?
Carrots. I haven't had a vegetable in like 2 weeks. It was a big day.
Yes. All right, let's see. How drunk is Karen Friday going?
How is Drunk Karen Friday going?
It's Monday.
Well, it's Monday, so it's going pretty poorly.
Yeah, it's pretty Monday-like. That's the problem with it. All right, 60 seconds on the clock. We've got answers coming in. They're all very similar, which is often very like, oh no, Septic's throwing another Karen.
Damn it, Septic.
God damn it, Septic.
You're angling for that acceptance speech, eh?
Mm-hmm. The unacceptance speech.
I have a question in here just for you, Septic.
Mm-hmm. He'll just end up carrying on
And if you get that one wrong, you're going to be very upset, actually.
Ian says that it's Alexander the Great.
Great.
He tutored himself. Oh no.
No, he said Alexander the Great.
Oh, so it was his dad, I guess. Is that what that is?
Yeah. Jodie Foster, says Steve McCracken.
That's probably not true. It seems like it was further back in history than Jodie Foster goes. He also didn't spell Foster correct, which is really unfortunate for a woman that you lust after.
So, story about Caitlin time for Danny. Remember that time that we couldn't be here because I was in the hospital and instead Smiles did the show?
Yep.
It's because I had to go to the hospital because I had a really bad ulcer. And when you have a really bad ulcer, you have to change your diet to really bland, boring things and no fiber. So I haven't had vegetables in couple weeks.
Septic's going for a new record, is what he's shooting for. There's a new game where people are racing to the bottom, apparently. I didn't
Craig
know.
asked if it's a new model of Subaru to Steve McCracken,
Oh,
the
yeah?
Jodie Forrester.
Yeah, that's true. All right, so it looks like a lot of people went with Aristotle. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes. All right,
Yes, it
so
is.
Septic loses a point, as expected. And it looks like the first one with that was Karen. And then Shaggy, Danny, Smiles, Emily, Craig, and Melissa all got Aristotle in time. Let's see. Racing to the Bottom is a new game. It's politics.
Nice.
That's not necessarily wrong. So apparently Septic is our politician for the week. Steam says that Septic's stealing his gig.
He's probably in the wig party.
Hello, Paul. Welcome back.
Hello, Paul Jobson.
Hello. Welcome to More on Monday, where everybody has a chance to answer the question because they
Even
are,
you, Paul.
yeah, they're the easiest questions you could possibly answer for the week. Let's go to question number 4.
Question number 4. Smith, Vassar, and Wellesley are members of a larger group of colleges, collectively known as what? Fun fact about Caitlin.
Universities.
My family lived in Wellesley when I was born.
Oh.
I was born in Boston. There's no hospital in Wellesley. It's very wee. It's super adorbs. It's like the kind of New England town that you see in movies. It's super quaint. You can walk from one end of it to the other in like 12 minutes, I think. Adorbs. And the Boston Marathon runs through Wellesley.
Is the correct answer American universities?
No.
That I believe it's true. I feel like that's.
Please don't answer American universities.
I feel like that's fair though. It's a larger group of colleges.
Ivy League? What? People!
Somebody said it, and then everybody else was like, "That seems good. We'll go with that. Let's do it. It can't be that hard. It's Monday."
The Snooty Ascot Butt Alliance. Style point.
Oh my goodness. This is what happens. We give you all the freedom to
Ivy
answer
League.
things, and Ivy League is what you come
Hi,
out
Christina.
with. Hello, Christina.
Septic
Welcome
says
back.
Karen the Great this time. Congratulations.
All right, so time's up. We're waiting for Facebook to catch up. It looks like the prevailing answer is Ivy League. That was started, looks like, by Shaggy.
Who is now laughing his ass off.
And then Craig was like, Ivy League. And then Emily was like, Ivy League? And Steven was like, Ivy League. And then Karen was like, all right, Ivy League. And then Septic said, Karen the Great, which I assume is 2 points off if somebody gets it correct. And so Danny said Seven Sisters. Ian says the Snooty Ascot Butt Alliance. Then Jenny says Ivy League. Melissa goes, wait, did Danny say Seven Sisters? Seven Sisters. And then Diana says Karen, because I don't know what's going on. They're all part of Mars University, where Philip J. Fry went. The Mars University. I assume that's where Mars bars were invented.
Brian Brew comes in with purple.
It's purple, just purple. All right. It's the Lady Ivy League, apparently.
The lady, yeah, but there's a name for that. It's not Ivy League for bitches. That's not the name.
Well, they cannot be Ivy League because they're women's colleges.
She said, "Can they not be Ivy?"
Can they not be? Probably not.
I mean, kind of no. Actually,
I'm guessing when the Ivy League was created, there weren't a lot of lady colleges.
no.
That's a whole nother
There are a
season.
lot of dude colleges, though.
I would assume that it wasn't that they left women colleges out as much as they were like, what's a women's college?
That's a funny idea.
Brian Baru gets the answer. Purple. Is it Ivy League?
No.
Is it Seven Sisters?
Yes.
It is Seven
It's
Sisters.
the Seven Sisters.
Shaggy says it's the Bro League.
The Bro League. Yes.
I think it's the first time nerdy friends of mine didn't get a Futurama reference. You know what? I'll be honest. I am pretty woeful when it comes to Futurama references. I didn't follow it as much as I probably should have.
Steve just entered a trivia fact.
Yes.
Can you read it out loud, please?
A trivia fact. Jodie Foster went to Yale.
Even though she's a lady.
Mm-hmm. That is a fact.
Suck on that, Ivy League.
Septic says it's the Chad League.
The Chad League.
Yes.
Bunch of Chads.
All right, so let's go on to question number 5.
Question number 5. Shout out to our boy Septic. If you order a dish in England with sultanas, what do you get? What are sultanas in American?
I believe they are the leaders of Middle Eastern countries.
No.
No?
It's a food.
I believe that it is a material similar to silk.
Come on, you aren't going to answer the British question?
He's like, nope, not doing it. You're trying to trick me into answering correctly, says Septic.
Ian's indigestion. Style point.
Steven says crackers. Steven, that is not your word.
Septic
Jesus
would like
Christ.
us to know that he knows that. I have no proof that you know the answer to this question, Karen.
All right, 25 seconds left on the clock to get your answers in. Let's see, we got all kinds of interesting ones. We've got donuts and crackers and raisins, and
You can't sway my hand.
Christina's
Crackers.
also going Karen.
A lot of people went. Who's the first person to say crackers?
It was
Stephen
Stephen
McCracken.
McCracken.
He
Yeah.
made a lot of people say crackers.
Yes. He's just trying to start more race riots, and I don't appreciate it.
That's rude.
We're going to the chat. You goddamn crackers.
It's not polite. Don't say that.
What?
It's not polite.
No, it's fine. They deserve it.
Septic's a man on a mission.
He will not be thwarted.
Septic says, FYI, it's not crackers.
All right, so let's see. We'll go down from the top and see if anybody got this right. Well, first of all, there is a Karen on the board. Time's up on Facebook, so no more answers are allowed in. Did anyone get it correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so unfortunately, Diana and Christina lose points, and those 2 points go to Septic.
That was very funny.
No, from the top down, donuts.
No.
They're
donuts.
not donuts.
I don't know what they call donuts in Britain.
Instead of a hat head, I think Keith has mask beard. Yeah, it does. This is actually just a natural thing my beard does.
And it doesn't help that he does this all the time. Like, he often goes like this,
Yeah.
which I think exacerbates the weird calic he has in the middle of his face.
Maybe so. It just makes a chin for me. Crackers. Is the answer crackers?
No.
No. Is the answer raisins?
Yes.
Oh, it's raisins. Melissa gets 2 points. Danny gets a point. Oh, Karen was so close. They're kind of like grapes, but older. They're grapes that that have lost all their water weight gain.
Oh, Craig's argument was it sounded like saltines.
Ah, I see. All right. So yeah, Karen was very close, except it's basically grapes not feeling so bloated. And all right, so those are all the points that everybody got. We're halfway through already. Look at this. 24 minutes in, and we're not on question number 2. This is such a neat week. This is a much different way of doing this.
Question number 6.
No!
I'm sorry.
What are our scores? And we have a big announcement to make.
Sorry.
Right?
Stop yelling at me.
I think we have an
Stop
announcement.
yelling at me.
Because it is the first episode of this season, which means we're going to be announcing the winner of last season. So let's start off. Make sure you're following along at home and your points match our points. What do people have?
Septic has -2 points. Christina has -1 point. Jenny, Ian, and Diana Smiles have 1 point. I almost said 3 points, but that's if you add them
Combined.
all together. Steam has 2 points. Emily and Craig have 3 points. Shaggy and Karen have 4 points. Melissa has 6 points, and Danny has 6 points.
All right. Jenny says yummy saltines at Christina. What's the thing that you make with the saltines?
I make something called Christmas crack. You lay out saltines on a sheet pan,
Mhm.
and then you make a toffee on the stove and pour it over. And then you bake that toffee until it comes to like a hard crack stage.
Mhm.
And then you put chocolate on top until it melts and spread it all out. And then you put sprinkles on it.
There you go.
Septic, you have -2 because you started with 2 points. And then you had to go negative. So you went to 1, and then you went to 0, and then you went to -1, and then you went to -2.
Why'd he start with 2 points?
I think he started with 2 points.
Oh, did he get
If
one
you
right?
believe you have -3, then I believe you have -3.
Ah. How would he would have had to have gotten something correct at the beginning, right?
Well, if you had 1 point, then you went to -0, -1, -2, -3. Well, I guess it's possible you have -3 points.
Maybe. I feel like he's just been
Danny
saying
says, I
Karen's
think the
whole
boy
time.
wants -3.
All
You know
right.
what? Granted. You have
Granted.
-3. There you go.
Who are we to deny our customers the things that they want? All right, so
Christina wants to know if she can put an order in.
Septic is corrected. He says he has 3 points. You see that? It says 3.
He did say 3 points.
Yeah, you
okay,
should give him
Septic
3
has 3 points.
Yeah, put those in there. We were way wrong. We apologize. All right.
I'd take -4 if it's going.
Let's go to our announcement, which is we did a whole season about Black history. It was very moving. We learned a whole lot of things. We missed one day because we blacked out on Tuesday. But somebody still gets to win that season. So who is the winner of season X?
Well, I would like to say
Yeah.
that Danny got a stunning amount of points last season.
Mm-hmm.
But as we know, Danny cannot win 2 T-shirts. That's not allowed.
Correct.
So we had to pick someone who had not won a T-shirt before, and the winner is Smiles.
Yay, Smiles! We did have a bit of a tie at the top, but we decided to go with the person who was actually present the most.
Yeah.
Right? So that's how we did our tiebreaker, just for transparency. But congratulations to Smiles. So let us know where to send your T-shirt and what size to send. And Ian says that Septic wants a 3 with a vinculum on it.
Vinculum.
Vinculum.
You can say it.
Vinculum.
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 I've heard it both ways.
No, you haven't.
I just did. I said it one way and you said it the other way. All right, there we go. So yes, Danny is the winner.
No, you said Diana is the winner.
Oh yeah, Diana's the winner. What did I say just now?
You just said Danny.
Danny's the
They're
winner.
not the same person.
No, they're not the winner.
They only have 4
Danny's
out of 5 letters. In
Already
common.
won. Diana's the winner. Okay, so let's go on to question number 6.
By the way, I love how much everyone's congratulating Smiles right now. I love
Yes.
that we do that in this group.
That is very good.
Question number 6. What is the capital of Colombia?
Of Colombia.
Colombia.
60
I
seconds.
think I
on the
spelled
clock.
Columbia wrong in this question.
Did you?
I think it's COLO.
Is it? All right. District of Columbia versus Colombia. Colombia.
Yeah, totally spelled the country wrong.
Nailed
it. Is
it.
More on Monday.
That's good. We have to keep everybody on top of it. Let's see. Can I do it live? Hold
More
on.
on Monday, and I am chief moron.
That's all right. Hold on. Let's see if we can make this happen. Boom! Solved. Yeah.
That doesn't make me less of a moron, but I appreciate it.
All right. So let's see. We got some answers coming in. We've got 15 seconds left on the clock. Septic, what are you smoking over there? Says Danny. Why is that? Because Septic says you will smile when you get your T-shirt, Smiles, because they are hella comfy.
Aw.
Why does he have to be
Thank you.
smoking for that? That's a perfectly lovely review of the T-shirts. Comfiness. All right, time's up. Let's go to the chat.
Columbia is a lie, so Karen.
Okay, so we feel like there's a Karen out there because there is no Columbia. Um,
Columbia is a lie.
Craig said Columbia City
Columbia City.
with a U.
Shaggy said Colombo.
Colombo. Steam was the first one with Bogota. Shaggy's the first one with Colombo. Septic is on tea bags, apparently.
Smoking them tea bags.
Let's see. Record Clubville, where 12 CDs are for just a penny. Apparently, that is where that comes from. Any others now? Emily's wearing her t-shirt right now. It matches wonderfully with her new pajama pants.
Nice.
That's great.
I'm going to put on actual pants today. Big day.
Yeah. All right. So it looks like the most popular answer. Well, the first answer was Columbia City. Is that correct?
No.
And then the most popular was Bogota. Is that correct?
Yes.
It is correct. Congratulations to Steam for getting 2 points. Doing a terrible job keeping up with Septic on the race to the bottom, because I believe Septic has lost another point.
Yeah.
That's
That's true.
And Danny says there's no Columbia, so she's Karening as well. I believe that's what that says, right?
No. He
What?
said Columbia is a lie, so Karen.
Yeah. So she said, so, right? So Septic said that Columbia is a lie, so Karen.
That's not what that says.
Yeah, I think she's getting points off, right?
No,
I'm reading. There's not enough punctuation to know otherwise.
that's not it.
All right, question number 7.
Question number 7. What color is a $20 bill in the game of Monopoly?
All right, playing Monopoly. 60 seconons on the clock. I hand you a $20 bill. What color is that bill?
$20 bill.
Oh, thank you for that. I would like to eat it.
You don't eat the pieces.
Well, then what am I supposed to eat?
Carrots.
There's no carrots in Monopoly.
They were so good, though.
They were very good.
There's leftover carrots. I'm really excited.
Mm-hmm. All right, so let's see. We've got answers coming in.
I roasted the carrots.
About 30 seconds left. Let's see. Karen's going with red/pink, which is 2 colors. Blue, yellow, green, blue, green,
We're
green.
run the whole gamut on this one.
This is good. This is like Pride Week. This is good. We're just doing the whole rainbow. I love it. I'm so proud of everybody for representing every color. Let's see. I want to say trivia is distracting me from my angry emails.
Sorry.
Oh, well, you'll get back to those soon enough, I'm sure. Ian says the color of money. That's what the color they
Septic
are.
says this is painful. I love Mondays.
All right, so we're going to the chat because time is up. He feels like William Wallace. You can. What is that? But you can't take away my Karens. All right, so let's see. We're about time up on Facebook as well. Lots of different answers. Green seems like the most popular one. I'm seeing 4 different greens, 5 greens,
And the color of money.
which is, I guess, technically green.
Yeah.
That all right. But let's go from the top down. Red, pink.
No.
No. Blue.
No.
Yellow.
No.
Karen.
No.
Green.
Yes.
Yes. So Septic loses another point. That's not surprising anymore. But Danny gets 2 points. Also not surprising anymore. Jenny, Emily, and Diana, and Melissa all get points.
And also Ian.
And Ian, you're gonna give it to Ian for being
Color of money.
for being a smart ass.
Yeah,
All right,
that's what he gets.
all right, give him a point then.
Craig says Keith is seeing 4 kinds of green. It's a miracle.
That's right. I just know when I see gray, I say green. All right, so let's go to question number 8.
What sea is located immediately north of Iran?
What sea is immediately north of Iran? All right, 60 seconds on the clock. I'm gonna say Syria.
It's not a sea.
It sounds like a sea though. Syria. That no?
No.
You don't think so? All right. You'll see when the time's up.
I'll see right now. I have the answers.
That's what they say. They all say until they find out they're wrong.
What?
It started. If I started throwing Karens all around, that would be like, oh my god, what the heck? Oh yeah, absolutely. We wouldn't. People wouldn't know how to answer questions. That would be the problem.
No, there would be no boats.
If you just waited until everybody else answered and answered at the very end, people would freak out.
Style point for Ian for being a lunatic.
All right, time's up. Go into the chat. What did he have to say?
He said Ciran if you spell it vertically. The C above Iran.
Yeah, that's good. If you're making like a neon sign for the side of a building, that's for Iran. Yep. All right, let's take a look at these answers that we've got. The Black Sea, Caspian, and then Caspian Sea, Red Sea, Black Sea, Dead Sea, and some more Caspian Seas. It looks like our first answer in was the Black Sea. Is that correct? No. And then our most popular was the Caspian Sea. Is that correct?
Yes.
It is. So 2 points goes to Karen, a point to Danny, Smiles, and Melissa as well. This is good. Danny says, you guys just keep giving me points. Should I go sans point? I could just go sans points. I mean, you can do whatever you want. I mean, we're just doing our thing. I'm just saying, if you were the last person to answer every time, people would freak out, I think.
Yeah, probably.
if just a few people, if we could just get like Trey and Karen and Danny to wait until the very end, everyone else would be like, we don't know who to follow, and then we would end up with Crackers, and we would end up with what was the one that Shaggy did that everybody followed?
Ivy League.
Oh, Ivy League, yeah. Where people would be like, somebody said a thing, do it. I would do the same thing, honestly. I'm in the same boat. I would just be like, that seems good enough to me. All right, so we've made it up to question number 9 very quickly this week. We're making up for all of the time that we spent over last week.
That's fine, because we have to go grocery shopping.
Yeah, we do. We have been doing a really good job of going grocery shopping every 3 weeks, which we're pretty proud about. And so this is our 3-week mark. It's actually over 3 weeks, I think, right?
It's a couple days over 3 weeks.
Yeah, so we've done really well. But we are running out of a lot of things.
The last time we went grocery shopping was on the 14th of May.
We've hit the ultimate at this point where Caitlin's basically starving to death just because of the lack of peach juice to be able to put in her tea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's what I do. I make my own black tea out of Barry's Gold tea. And I make big pitchers of iced tea. And then I fill most of my old Starbucks cup with iced tea, and I put in a splash of peach juice at the top. And I got 4 containers of peach juice when we went to the grocery on May 14th.
Whatever it was.
And I'm out. I used my last bit of it today.
Mm-hmm.
DEFCON 86, people. It's not good.
The highest level. It is an emergency. Diana wants to know how the freezer challenge is going.
We got a lot of stuff out of the freezer.
Yeah.
I put some vegetables in it, though.
Yeah.
So.
And the pantry challenge has been going fairly well. We do still have some jams and jellies that are hanging out, and a big thing of gravy, which is surprisingly difficult to get rid of if you don't have a plan
for it.
Yeah. We ended up throwing away some raisins because they were just beyond raisins. They were little raisin jawbreakers, so we decided it was time for them to go.
They turned into like raisin jerky, and we do have mustard.
And we
have
the rest of our lives worth of mustard.
Oh, dry, snorty mustard.
That's true. If you want to go, if you wait till going shopping tomorrow, Safeway by me restocks Monday nights, Tuesday mornings, so higher chance of getting good stuff. I don't know if there's any good stuff that we need or not. I mean, Trey's here, so all the good stuff that we need is here.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go. Donate the gravy to the shelter. Oh, what? We don't deserve gravy.
In order to donate food to the shelter, you have to donate 60 people's worth, and we only have one jar of gravy.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's going to work out.
Everybody just gets a little spoonful. 1 teaspoonful of gravy. All right, so let's move on to question number 9, which is
The penultimate question.
it is the penultimate question.
Who was on the cover of the first Rolling Stone magazine? Trey's making kissy faces at me.
Well, you're very attractive.
Thank you. I'm a little unwashed at the moment.
Trey, you're here for the last 2 questions to get points on. Let's see. I had that container of ketchup for years. I vastly overestimated the amount of ketchup I used when I bought it. Well, the fact that it lasts years is pretty fantastic.
Yeah, that's a little suspicious, actually.
Yeah, I'm surprised that by the end you weren't getting drunk. I just made a hot dog with some ketchup on it, and I'm just taking a break from that to try and catch this penguin. All right. Karen.
Wide variety of answers.
As septics cry. All right. 30 seconds left on the clock. We've got a bunch of answers coming in. Keith Richards, Jimi Hendrix, Lennon, the Beatles, Rolling Stones, Rocky. All right. So this is good.
Well, Septic will be happy to know he's lost a point.
He's lost a point?
Yep.
Oh. All right. So somebody has gotten it right already. I don't know that we're supposed to reveal that, but it has already happened.
Ian.
Ian's like, wait, that's mine. I'm supposed to say that. Yeah, it looks like Emily beat you to it. All right, so time's up. We've gone to the chat now. And Ian went with Rocky, which is interesting. He could have easily had Keith Richards and didn't go with it for some god-awful reason. It's unacceptable. But it looks like, yeah, so let's, we're almost ready to face it. I'm going to start from the top and see. There we go. Rolling Stones, is that correct?
No.
No. Rocky, is that correct?
No.
No. Keith Richards?
No.
Jimi Hendrix?
No.
Lennon?
Yes.
It's Lennon. John Lennon. Trey comes in, grabs 2 points off the second to last question, and Karen gets a point, and Melissa gets a point, and Danny gets a point. I don't think we get points for the Beatles, though.
We do not.
Because it wasn't the Beatles. It was
the Beatles.
just John Lennon. Maybe Yoko Ono. Was Yoko Ono on it as well? Or
I think
just
it was
John
just John
Lennon?
Lennon.
All right. So just John Lennon. That's it. Wow, we've gotten all the way to the end. It's quarter till. We've got great time that we've done. Mondays go pretty quick, but we had a really good turnout. We had like 15 people hanging out with us. We appreciate that. So let's go to our last question. We'll start tallying things up. Question number 10 is...
How many rooms are accessible in the game of Clue, or Cluedo if you're septic?
Cluedo.
It started out as Cluedo, in point of fact, and the Americans stole it and just call it Clue.
Oh. What does Cluedo stand for?
As septic, I don't care.
What is a Cluedo? Is that what they call clues in Britain? I don't think that's true because I've watched like some British like detective shows and they didn't call them Cluedos. There's like, isn't Inspector Trudeau or something like that? BBC, isn't that a thing? All right, so let's see. We've got people are doing numbers. Is this the closest?
No.
No, it's not closest.
You should know the answer to this question.
You have to know the answer to this question.
Oh, my God.
Oh, Lord. Oh, God. This is so unfortunate. All of the shame. All right, 30 seconds left on the clock, everybody. I think it was a play on words like clue and who.
Oh.
Clue. Wait, what is the play on? Clue and who? But where'd the dough come from? Did you say clue?
Yeah.
Is it
Or maybe
Clue-O?
Cluedo.
Why is there a D? I don't understand why there's a D. Who doesn't have a D and Clue doesn't have a D. All right. Anyhow, time's up. We're going to the chat. Septic doesn't know. I need you to find this out, Septic. Go talk to your fellow
people.
countrymen. And this is the thing that's needed. It's very important. So we've got all kinds of answers. Septic is thrown to Karen again. Looks like, let's see. Karen was the first one in with the answer of 7. It's 12:45. Everyone is asleep. Well, a murder has occurred. So Karen
In the conservatory.
Yes, with a wrench, for God's sakes. Everybody should be awake at this point. So Karen went with a 7. Is 7 correct?
No.
It is not 7. Craig was the first with 8. Is 8 correct?
Absolutely not.
Shaggy said 8. Steam said 8. Smiles said 8. Jenny says 8. Emily says 8. Ian says 8. So we know you're cheating off each other. We know it.
And poorly.
So if you're thinking about the board, right?
It's 3 on the left side.
Right.
2 in the middle. There's the
Mhm.
stairs, but that's not accessible.
Right.
And there's 4 on the right.
Right.
That's 9.
That is 9, which the first one to guess that correctly was Trey. Trey gets 2 points, and following suit, Danny and Melissa also get a point. All right, so there it is. Trey says the name Cluedo, play on Clue and Ludo. That makes way more sense, which is a common British term for the game Parcheesi. So it's like Clue Parcheesi.
Oh.
Way better. Would be a shitty movie, though. That would have
Yeah.
been a really terrible name for a movie. So, all right. Melissa said I had to count them out in my head. Yeah. Can we do it? Let's see. You've got the conservatory, right? You've got what, the study? Is this
Ballroom.
kitchen, library,
Billiard room.
billiard room. Did we already say conservatory?
Where is the conservatory?
We did. Okay. The den. What are the other ones?
We already said study try.
Yeah, we already got study.
Lounge.
That's one. We're still missing
2.
2. God, this is crazy. What other?
Ballroom's at the top, but there's something at the bottom that's...
The dining room.
There
We
is
did
the
kitchen. Got kitchen. The hall.
hall.
The hall.
That's the one at the bottom.
And then the
There's no bathroom.
the strip joint.
No.
The other billiards room. The BDSM dungeon.
No.
Is that not one?
Study, library.
I played a different game.
Billiards room, conservatory, ballroom, hall, lounge, dining room, kitchen.
I said dining room and you didn't say anything.
Sorry.
Oh, man, I had it. I totally got it, too. Diana got it. There you go. I like that Septic is bathroom and pantry.
Pantry.
A little interesting thing that a lot of people don't know about the UK. Bathrooms and pantries are the same thing there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that is true.
Shit on your Cheerios.
Yep. Yeah, they are very uncouth over there. That's why we kicked them out of this country.
Yeah.
Because they were shitting in our pantries. And we were
Can't
like,
even handle you.
no!
Just get out of here.
That's actually why we came up with the amendment to the Constitution about bordering troops, is because British troops would come into your house and shit in your pantry. And we were like, we will not stand for this anymore. Holy crap, that's where we keep food. No, we need an amendment to the Constitution. We're going to have no
Quartering
shitting in
troops.
pantries. And the founding fathers were like, well, I mean, that seems a bit wordy. Perhaps we could find a way to say that differently. Well, I just don't want them to shit in my pantry. They're like, okay, what if we say that you don't have to quarter them? And you're like, okay, yeah, that's a fine. Okay.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's good. We'll go with that. That does seem way more polite to say than Article 7, no shitting in the pantry.
Emily said shit on your Cheerios made me laugh all the way out loud. So, a fun fact. In my old office where I was sitting closer to people on my team, if someone typed in LOL, I would report on it and be like, no, that actually happened, or he did not laugh out loud.
He didn't. He's lying. Greg has joined us for the end
Scott
of the
is effing lying.
show. He didn't. He blew a little bit of air out of his nose. That's not
it.
even
There was
laughing.
like a vague snort.
He stopped breathing for a half second. It's not even a laugh. All right, so that's the end of the show. Let's get the points tallied up. Do you want to do? You said you want to do shares now.
I want to do shares. I know Shaggy hosted.
Shaggy hosted. Anybody else host over on the Twitch side of things?
The old
Nope,
Twitch.
That's not what I wanted. I want to go to here and here. All right, let's take a look. We have 15 shares. It does seem like Craig has taken advantage of it a bit, but let's see. Craig has a share to his profile. That is a point. Emily has a share to her profile. A point there. Shaggy has shared on Facebook and was able to host on Twitch, so got points there. There's a share happening right now, which is kind of rude. Seriously, Rose Ellen, I am gonna. You bring your wrist here, and I will slap it. Sharing the show in the last 5 minutes. I see what you're doing. Steam has 3 shares to different groups. All groups that we run. Craig is shared to Billy Dar, and Sherry, which should be 2 points because he shared to Sherry. Jenny has shared to her profile. And then 2 more shares for Craig to Nia and Matt. There's Ellen says, I'm late, but I shared.
It's worth noting that Craig already has a t-shirt.
Yes, he does already have a t-shirt. He's just doing this out of the goodness of his own heart. Rose Ellen has also shared. There's not a rule against doing it in the last moments of the show. So make sure that Rose Ellen gets a point.
Septic shared to 9 of my groups.
Septic shared to 9 of your groups. From where? We didn't see any shares on Facebook. Did he do it in on Twitch?
Oh, he's just fucking with Septic because he wants him to not have -8 points.
I don't see them, but I believe Ian. So let's give him. He must have 9 points for sharing.
Slander! I will not stand for this.
All right, so there we go. Oh, they're secret places. Well, that does explain it. Now when you put it that way. All right, so who won the night?
Well, let's just see.
Should we go over points?
We should.
Okay.
At the very, very bottom. Oh, the top people and the bottom people have the exact opposite.
Nice. Oh, all right.
So with -8 points, we have Septic. Work on your acceptance speech. With -1 point, we have Christina. Rose Ellen has 1 point. Heather has 1 point. Ian has 2 points. Jenny has 3 points. Trey and Diana have 4 points. Shaggy and Emily have 6 points. Steam has 7 points. Wait, something is wrong. Something happened. Uh-oh.
This isn't good. Dan Wolf has joined.
We're missing rows of people.
Came here to make jokes about penultimates. Missed it entirely. Unfortunately, we've already gotten through all of the questions. Yeah. So that is.
Oh, there it goes. Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Emily has 7 points. Karen and Craig have 8 points. I was wrong. Melissa has 11 points, and Danny has 12 points.
All right. So Danny is our winner for the night. It looks like. And so you will have your acceptance speech and choose the color for tomorrow for the studio. We'll be back here at 7 o'clock tomorrow. In the meantime, while we're waiting on that, don't forget that I also have a podcast. I haven't talked about it much in the last week, but it's called Another Wasted Hour. You can go to Apple Podcasts, Google Play Music, Stitcher, Spotify, iHeartRadio, anywhere that you would go to get a podcast. You can actually go and get my podcast. All you have to do is search for Another Wasted Hour. And there's about 140 episodes. They're all free. There's some trivia. There's a lot of comedy. We find some crazy news around the internet of wacky things people are doing. Make fun of that. And you also will be exposed to some really great local music from the Washington, D.C. area, including our dear friend Dan Wolf, who has joined us from time to time. He is on an episode of it as well. Yeah, so go do that, subscribe to it. That helps our numbers. And then if you would be so kind to give us a review and some stars, whichever amount you feel is appropriate. Of course, I'm going to be like 5 stars, but if you think it's like a 4-star show, I also accept that. You're not going to hurt my feelings. If you think it's a 1-star show, that's also fine. They're make-believe internet stars, and it doesn't bother me one way or another. You do the thing. All right, so that is it. Let's see what is happening. So
we have 2 acceptance speeches.
Which would you like me to give one, or would you like to do both?
I would like you to give one. Choose the one you would like to give.
I will go with septic since it's first.
Okay.
All right. I have dove where no man has dared to gone before. I have made my boat into a submarine to fight the kraken of the old face of loss.
That's beautiful.
Thank you. I tried to bring emotion to it.
Maybe a little less, whatever that was.
Definitely can't double it.
Shit. I was trying to lose by not answering first and waiting till the end on the last bid. Damn it. Septic, pick the color.
Oh, you've been thrown a chance to pick the color, Septic. This is good. We got people snorting. That's I feel like you could have done Danny's with more emotion, though. I'm a little disappointed by
I
it.
respectfully request that we not do really bright, clear light because it gives me a headache.
Bright, clear light. Just like, I mean, we could just do normal light. We won't change the color. We'll just do the light that it comes on, like the room light.
Okay.
Right? That doesn't hurt your eyes. As long as we don't do like a thing that looks fluorescent.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you just turn it off and on again, it's not fluorescent.
Yeah.
So we'll do that. We can do that. All right. So let's see. A wee bit more Jack Sparrow and Barnabas. All right. I've taken that note. Maybe next time.
Or dark blue for the ocean of loss I'm in.
I feel like we can make this work one way or another. All right, so that is it. That is the end of the show, everyone. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We'll be back at 7 o'clock tomorrow. Let's see. What do we have to say? Oh, everybody, until then, stay safe. Do all the things, masks, don't touch faces, things like that. Don't lick stuff that isn't yours. That's a good rule in general for the most part. And stay healthy. We'd like to have you back here. So even if you're going out and about in the world, please do the things that keep you safe and healthy. And if you are in situations that are going to be dangerous, make sure that your head's on a swivel and you keep yourself safe, and keep the people around you safe as well. Help prevent people from doing silly things. Shout out once again to all the people that got us through this pandemic. Hopefully it'll be the end, but we will see. And you made a huge sacrifice being first responders and being healthcare workers and being delivery people. And we appreciate that and recognize it. So thank you very much. And I think that's about it, right? You have anything else to say?
I hope we don't meet any insane people in the grocery.
That would be awesome. All right, everyone. Have a great night. We will see you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.